We are live.
We are.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Yes, box.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy tax day. Happy tax day here in America.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That hurt this morning. It hurt.
Small business owners.
It's behind me now.
Okay.
Where's our little media assets when we need them? How about the boo?
Yeah.
Ooh, taxes.
Tax day.
Well, the more you earn, the more you pay, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
How hot is it out where you guys are?
Not too bad. I'm still in Celsius, though. 28. That's getting up there. That's a good day.
It's supposed to be like almost 90 here in the concrete jungle.
Sounds about right.
It was raining so hard last night up in Chester that I didn't drive in last night to Brooklyn. I waited until this morning, and my God, the traffic was terrible.
Oh, no. That's
terrible.
rough.
My God. I got to go in the dark of the night. Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm happy to be Power Trio this week.
Yeah.
It's a bit different for us. It's nice to have the guests, but it's nice for us to just jam on our topics too.
Yeah. I think the last one we did was in January, probably.
Wow.
Start of Q1.
Okay.
Wow.
Start of Q2. We'd love to see who's here. If you're here, tell us, please. It takes like a couple minutes for, I guess, it to catch up, but we'd love to know who's out there, if anyone.
And this is, of course, like such a prime session opportunity, like fire out questions. You can guide us on what you want today to be about as well. Our original idea for this whole stream was all like an Ask Me Anything style session. You know, when we started this, it was like, hey, we get the same questions all the time via DM. Why don't we just go live? One person can ask it, we can answer it in one go, and many people might get the answer they're looking for. It's so hard to do it all one-to-one sometimes.
Totally.
True. And I feel like the types of questions that were asked have been changing through the months as the market's been changing. So for us too, it's really interesting to see what kinds of questions are coming through. Because remember, like a year ago, hey Dan DeCharia, hi.
Hey.
Love it.
Like a year ago, when the questions were coming through, it was like all about AI and resumes. Like everybody was totally obsessed with resumes and like, is the bot going to read my resume in the right way? Like passed over because the bot doesn't like my resume. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't been hearing that kind of talk for a long time.
Yeah, I would agree. I think because people probably have figured it out a little bit.
Figured it out. Figured sometimes it's maybe not doing as much work as people think a lot of the time. That I still feel at the end of the day, great work cuts through. And so, putting that energy into trying to trick the bot, you could use your time better.
Totally. But, and networking. I think more people have taken our advice, hopefully, to network directly versus just rely on the application.
Oh, and plug for us and our event. Speaking of networking, we are going to have our next in real life Unfiltered. It's our 4th IRL event on Wednesday, May 13th at JustWorks after work. So Erica, our beautiful Erica in the center of our screens here is doing her magic, making the Eventbrite ticket link. So we're going to be putting that out.
Yes. I'm hoping to get that out tomorrow. Cool. Hopefully today. So awesome. It'll be exciting.
We'll get that updated. We'll get it launched. We have a lot of interesting stuff to share about this event and who's going to be speaking at it, what some of the topic of conversation is going to be. I think all that aside, though, just going to any design event is pretty fun. You're going to meet a bunch of like-minded designers. You're going to hear from people that have got real opinions on our industry. They're going to be sharing that stuff. I think it's really valuable. I just really enjoy it. I like seeing designers get together in the room, have their conversations. It's like when drummers get together at a gig. They always find each other. and all the drummers just start talking drum chat because the rest of the band doesn't care. So when designers get to find each other, you get to talk design because maybe your other mates don't care so much. But
well, the band cares when you're on stage. They care a lot about the drummer on stage.
They care then, but they don't want to do drummer chat. So drummers will always find each other, backstage or in the room. So when like-minded people get together, like designers, they're good chats. You can really let it rip. You've got a fellow designer there that you can just wax lyrical with.
It's true.
Totally.
It's true.
Yeah.
We visited a client, me and Rebecca, my business partner, we visited a client a couple months ago, and we met all these people in real life for the first time. And these were people that we placed there months ago. So sometimes we don't even do Zoom calls. I actually prefer not to do Zoom calls when I'm interviewing people because I don't like to not have eye contact, and I just want to take my notes and be
me too.
present. And so sometimes I'll see them in person, and the biggest thing that's the biggest surprise is oh my gosh, you're so much taller or shorter. I thought you were, because we're all just these heads,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it's so great. It's so lovely to actually make that human connection. We need that so much. It's just so important. It's our caveman brains. We just need that.
Yeah,
it is.
I had a designer say the other day, I'm only interested in in-person positions.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It was like, okay, you are
only
you. Yeah, only wanted in person. Yeah, which I guess maybe might include hybrid, right? But fully remote stuff, which Shopify is fully remote, wouldn't cut it for this person, I don't think. So
I've definitely talked to people like that. I think it's probably an inner look at overall how their mental health maybe has been over the last few years.
Yeah.
And realizing oh shit, I need to rejoin the world and do stuff again. So I feel it's, or they have roommates who are driving them crazy and they need to go into an office. But I think that I've talked to a lot of people too that their deal breaker is hybrid or an office to go to.
Yeah.
Some kind.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. For our guests that are here, so Dan, Leslie Hampton. Hello, Leslie. We love seeing you. Lawrence Lee and Kelly Simpson. Oh, hey, welcome, first timer. Nice to know.
Yeah, right on.
Great.
Love it.
So for you guys, how do you guys feel about, remote work versus on-site work, hybrid on-site? If you prefer hybrid, how many days per week on-site is the sweet spot? I was kind of curious just to, hear from you guys what you think about that. Because I've seen that to be true as well. I feel there's a resurgence, there's an increase in people that are definitely looking for in-person communication and just
some level of it. Yeah. I think I'd personally struggle a little bit if I did have a full on-site role, or even 3 days a week, especially because I live a little bit upstate.
Yeah.
It's a pretty hefty commute, and that would be challenging. In saying that, I still opt and choose to go to the city at least once a week, twice if I can. I want to go to the office. So I don't have any in-person meetings a lot of the time there, but I want to be there. I bump into people. It's great snacks. So
stock up.
But I need the stimulation of leaving these four walls, going to this other place, going to this business center too. I love being in the city and walking through the city and feeling this is a place of work that's happening. There's action happening here.
Yeah.
I still really like that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Me too. It's funny. It's when I'm in the country for too long and then I come back down to the city, I realize that I've just become a country bumpkin where I'm oh my God, these people are walking so close to me and they're so fast.
Yeah.
I've lost my touch a little bit. It's funny. And then when I'm for longer, then it's okay, you're back in the mix and you get it. But it's funny. It's a different mindset for sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
I feel I have a dog, so I go outside a lot with him, 6 times a day, you guys.
Oh wow, that many times! Wow.
Oh yeah, he's not a 3 times a day, and we did 2 miles this morning. So,
cool.
getting my steps in. But I do that. He's not my colleague, so. He can only bark. He's my, marketing officer, but I can't collaborate.
Right.
Is he actually your marketing officer?
Yes, my chief marketing officer.
That's amazing. Well done.
Okay. We're practicing at home with Al. We love the dad jokes. We love the dad jokes. Oh yeah. Should we put some people up on the screen? We got Dan, Desharia. I have epilepsy, and with my disability, I don't drive. I'm always willing to travel and obviously understand the importance of in-person communication, but it's a hard no because of the expectation it may set. Yeah. Sure. It sounds like you may be in an area where there's like not public transport and things like that. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. My dad had epilepsy, adult onset epilepsy, actually, and he was taking drugs for it, and then he'd kind of try to whittle it down himself, like without the doctor's approval, and then like, oh, he'd have a seizure, like surprise, surprise.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So yeah, but he was
Weaver. Okay. 2 to 3 days per week would be very ideal. Yeah, you're right, Lawrence. More startups are requiring people to go in and be fully on site. And yeah, I've often found it's the founder that leads a lot of that. If the founder believes like person collaboration is the way, that's how I feel it's best, then that will be what the company does.
Yeah.
And they'll hold on to it for as long as they can, I think. Sometimes they'll get big enough where maybe they'll have to compromise on that. But if they feel like they can hold on to what they think is best, it just seems like they do.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the return to office stuff is probably the hardest thing right now when making these sort of hires and matches. Because I think it's more about flexibility and just like understanding that like if you have to go and do something or go to the dentist in the middle of the day, like you're allowed to, you're an adult, we'll get our work done. Or having like a great heads down day at home where like there's no distractions, like you're actually doing the work that you're talking about all week long and not, whatever, water cooler shit. So whenever I'm talking to some of these founders, I just feel like in a sense, they're almost standing in their own way. There's so many people willing to come in a couple of days a week, but not 4 days or not 5 days. And instead of hiring, they'll just like keep trucking along, trying to find someone. It's always about timing, right? If someone gets laid off 3 months later, then like they catch them, but they're also interviewing in 10 places. So it's kind of like, what are we doing here? Like just make a hire. I don't know. And I understand too that some companies, like if they make it open for the designers and they have to open it up to other people, I just feel like, I don't know, we showed that we could do it. And we were very profitable, I think, in 2021 coming out of COVID in the early days. So we obviously overhired. That's everyone did. We overhired. But I do think the RTO thing is the problem. And I have this conversation with VCs all the time. I'm like, you're standing in your own way. So let me know when you're ready.
You know what that feels similar to, Erica, is founders or companies. And I feel like this is not all startups, obviously, but some startups will have a salary that's quite under market. And then they'll say, but we really want someone who really wants to work here. Like they're willing to take the cut, or they're willing not to be paid market rate because they really believe in our mission. And it's like, okay, they might believe in your mission and really love it. But it's also, especially for designers, that I think design has PTSD sometimes, where it's like companies where they're not respected and design isn't well positioned at the company. It's like, it just feels like it's more of the same. Like, okay, again, I'm not being recognized properly for my work. So I think it's especially tricky to hire designers under market for that reason. But
I think I definitely agree that it's not bad to have this desire to hire someone that really wants to be there. That's really great. But you can also do that while also paying, like, you don't have to be the highest payer in the market. You just got to be on the field. You just got to be even and have some of those quality working conditions too. Like, you can still do that and still find someone that's really bought into you, almost to the point where maybe if they got another offer from another company that was 10% above the market, they still might actually still go for your company because your offer is still strong. It's fair, it's market, it's a quality offer, and they're really bought into it. 10% sometimes is not always that big a difference when we're talking about, you know, a staff level product designer, early stage company should be 200K plus. You know, it's not always going to be a huge difference, really. So, yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know if designers realize how much recruiters spend time trying to educate these founders and these companies that are hiring, how much we push back on these things and how much we push them to try and help them achieve their goals versus just making it more difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I know so much of our role is about education, both on the client side and also the job seeker side too.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, I think coaching people to consider like all aspects of an offer, like, yes, comp is one thing, but to your point, like what are the working conditions? Is it hybrid the way that you want it to be? Is it remote the way you want it to be?
Yeah.
Are there tasty snacks?
Yeah.
How tasty are their snacks?
Yeah.
Snacks, other people's snacks.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's quality of life, right? Like,
yeah.
Had a guy turn down a Maine company that was paying out the just wazoo, and he decided to go with my client because he's like, when I think about my quality of life, like who I'm actually going to enjoy working with, and I get to go home at a certain time every day to my family, and I still get to do great work that's got massive impact, great visibility. Like it's not hurting my career at all. He chose the non-money option. Like he went with the hard option.
Yeah.
It's, you know, not saying there's anything wrong with going with the money option. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes when it doesn't have to be the way that employers have to compete.
They don't always add up the same.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question on something I saw? I've been seeing a bit of this recently of like just on LinkedIn, companies, whether it's a founder or someone at a company, you'll see this picture and it's an office full of people and it'll be like a Saturdays at the office or Sundays in the office, and there'll be 10, 15, 20 people there, and it's just candid. It's them as a group. Doesn't really say much more. And I guess what they're saying is like, here we are on a Sunday, like working together.
Pass.
I'm like, is this a flex or is this not? Are we proud of this? Is this bullshit? Like,
wow.
About this
I don't follow companies who post that stuff, to be honest. So I don't know, but I hear about it through candidates.
Sure.
On calls. But that is not a flex.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Again, it comes back to like, yes, I fully support like everyone that joins a company should want to be there, and there's some buy-in to the mission and things like that. But yeah, this kind of like selling this like Sundays at the office, I'm like, I don't know if you got to do that. I'm not sure.
I would keep that under wraps if I were them. Like that seems like something to not be super proud of.
No, that it's the opposite. They're very proud of it, and they're saying, "Look how amazing we are." People are coming here on a Sunday. I'm like, I can't even see any snacks in that picture, so I have no way to tell.
No way.
I mean, the quality is.
Unless that person, they're being paid like really high and, you know, Ubered to the office every Saturday or Sunday, and then also have like 1% or 2% of the equity, like that maybe can work for someone if they, but it comes back to, I don't know, I could go down this hole forever, but I just think equity nowadays is just not, people need to come up with better full package offers for startups, because as we've seen, nobody stays long-term anywhere anymore. Like, I just don't think that you will. The goal is 4 years, there's cliffs, that's when you're vesting, all of that stuff happens, and maybe it will happen, but like, especially with startups at like 90% fail. So if you're like, you're probably not going to stay that long. I think 18 months, 24 months maybe is like your target right now. So it's like, I just don't think that it's got to be like, pay the money. They'll do the work. They'll be excited to do it, and they'll be on your team, and maybe they'll answer at 11 p.m. But don't pay them like pennies and then no equity and then make a horrible work environment and like
exactly. Like I think equity can be really compelling, but it just depends. It's betting. It's Vegas, right? It's like, how much do you believe in the founder? How much do you believe in product market fit? Do you believe in their business model? All those things.
Yeah.
Like experienced founders that have had experienced exits in the past, right? Like all these things. It's like you have to figure out like how probable is it that equity will actually, cash out? Right? Risk the house on it, right? I mean, you have to be happy with the cash comp because that might be all that you're actually going to receive at the end of the day. And to think of the equity is like, oh my gosh, if that's a huge windfall, like fantastic.
Sure, it's just an extra.
Maybe that's worth taking a lower comp and just betting that way.
It is a bet. It is a gamble. I remember running a poll a little while back about like designers that had made money from their equity, like and I did some different levels, like life-changing, pretty significant,
Cool.
And the percentage was definitely most hadn't, but there was certainly, of the few hundred votes, there was certainly at least 100 that had made like pretty good money from equity. I just love those stories too. I know it's a bit of a gamble, but if it does come off, I'm like, good for you, designer. Get paid. Like you've earned that. You deserve that. I hope you buy a house, a car, or go on a trip, like whatever. That's your money to spend. Like I do really love hearing those stories too. And I wish we kind of maybe heard more of those stories as well, because it is a bit of a gamble, but it can happen, or it does happen. Don't bet the house on it. But if it does, not bad.
Yeah. I made some money. I mean, I didn't actually cash out. That was my problem. I was too young and dumb. I didn't know. But this is my first job back in like .com boom. And we all got equity and the stock split. We IPO'd. Everyone's celebrating, champagne's flowing. And I was like, I'm going to be like a millionaire receptionist, because that's what I was at the time. I'm going to be like the Microsoft receptionist that like made millions of dollars off their equity. And then, but we just were all drinking the Kool-Aid like so intensely that I'm like, the stock skyrocketed. I was like a quarter vested. I think I would have pocketed like $250,000 if I had actually cashed out. But then I was like, no, I'm going to hold on to it and go for the big money. And then it just tanked.
No.
And I was like, well, it was never my money to begin with. Like I never had it in my bank account. So it didn't hurt as badly as if I had like had it and then lost it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta quit while you're ahead, Erica. You gotta quit while you're ahead. It's true. Yeah.
Oh man.
So chat. Oh yeah.
2 years is average tenure. We should I've spoken to many like design director, like people that are hiring designers, and I hear pretty similar stuff from a lot of them too. Like I think there's a lot of pretty good directors out there that are like, if I get 2 years out of someone, it's still a win. It's still a positive amount of contribution. It's still, ideally, they had impact, moved the needle. Yes, I'd love them to stick around longer if they're great, but 2 years still feels like a net positive, like a win. So, yeah, I think that's interesting too. I do think the cycles have maybe sped up a bit more.
It's interesting. I think if I see a resume or a LinkedIn where they've only been at every place for 2 years. Skippy. Like I want to see some longer tenure in there, like maybe 3 or 4 years peppered in there. Certainly if I see a bunch of like 1 year, my first thought is like, were they freelance, right? Like were they freelance, in which case that's fine. But if it's 1 year each full time, it's kind of like, what are they running away from? Like what's happening there? Makes you wonder.
I'm more flexible, I think, on the tenure, just because I feel like, I don't know.
COVID, I guess, like layoffs.
Jared, you posted this like the other day, like about the bias. Like, can we get over the bias already? And I'm a big fan of that because it's, I don't know. I just think that, I mean.
You know what? I'm going to amend what I said because Erica, that's a good point. I think if they're at little startups and they're short tenures, I'll probably assume that the startup failed or whatever they pivoted and they
were toxic. Yeah,
that too. Yeah, I think basically bottom line, you need to do more digging and find out why. But if if there isn't that two-way communication and I'm just looking at LinkedIn and I'm seeing like 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, I might just move on to the next person.
Yeah.
What that makes me think is like, what's the net positive from that is, you know, I've told people to put on their resumes if they have a bunch of shorter stints that maybe they actually just have like a tiny, like one sentence, it's italicized. You know, I was, you know, part of a riff, you know, at the end of this.
Yeah.
Something to indicate that you weren't the one doing the leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you saw like the 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, but then you like looked at the portfolio and saw like amazing work and like maybe they led all of these initiatives themselves in each place. And, you know, I think a lot of the times people leave because they've been poached by like a former manager who like left right after they hired them, et cetera, all the time. Then would it make you feel a little bit different? Like if the work was like amazing.
I need to know the story. I need to know the
story.
Yeah,
you would need to know the story.
I think even if the work is amazing, because I'm thinking about it from my clients' perspective, if they're investing all this time and like getting this person up to speed, giving all this intellectual property to them, like, you know, investing in them, and then they're doing great work, it's such a bummer when they leave after a year. So I don't want that to reflect badly on me as the recruiter who placed them there. So that's kind of a selfish thing. But then the other thing is, like, do they actually have time to see their work through? Like, if they're only there for a year, are they actually like iterating? Are they launching, first of all? And are they iterating and like seeing something through and like really putting time into something? Are they getting those metrics? Are they understanding the impact of their work? It might be tougher to do that if you're only doing that for a year at a time.
Yeah. Especially at larger tech.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, what?
At larger tech, if you're only at some large tech companies for a year, like there's a lot of context building, a lot of stakeholder navigation, like you've got much bigger platforms and product. It's really hard to make as much impact in a year and maybe an org like that versus a startup where it's like, okay, we're spinning this thing up from scratch, let's go. And you could really show what you've done. A year at sometimes the bigger tech, it's like maybe it took you 6 months just to align stakeholders to start moving something and then you're out. So when I see, you know, those continual 1 years at, you know, Netflix, Facebook, Google, what, you know, I'm kind of like, what did you actually get done in that year? Like if you were great there, I don't know. I question it. I want to speak to them. Tell me, correct me, please. But it is, you got to wonder, like, what can you get done in that time? It's tough.
Let's talk about what's going on in this chat over here.
Okay.
You want to pull one up for you?
Yeah, well, I think Dan and James are chatting about stability, and I just wanted to say that my opinion of stability is that there is none anywhere.
Okay.
And I tell this to people a lot on the phone where they say, "Oh, I would like a more stable environment," and I say, "Tell me anyone," because you know, Cisco, 30,000 layoffs, Facebook, Meta, Amazon, boom, done, and then startups. You know, we're an at-will country, right? So it doesn't matter. I do tell people to like contract though, because we always want to know, what are you up to? What are you doing in between?
Yeah.
And in a way, it is a hustle. Like you gotta hustle. But if you can land like a 6-month contract, you know, around 4 months, you say, hey, I'd love to continue. You gotta like tell them, like blow smoke up their butt and say like, I really enjoyed this. Like I'd love to extend, or sort of drop a little carrot, say I have other interest from somebody else. I'd love to stay on this project long term. Like you gotta like do that. They could fire you tomorrow. They could keep you on long term. It doesn't matter. You're still making money at some point. But I just don't think anywhere is safe. I mean, we've seen it. There's no family. We shouldn't be on Saturday mornings together around a picnic table. Like, I think as soon as everyone just like accepts that, you'll be way less stressed. In my opinion.
I get it. Yeah, I do. I mean, from a labor law perspective, there is not a lot of protection in the US in comparison, especially with other countries. So it does always surprise me when people talk about that. I'm like, there's not a lot here that protects the worker in the US, like on things like a layoff or severance time or notice periods. They're very short here. They're very quick. A lot of other countries, it's substantially longer. So I could understand how that would give some sense of stability.
Sure. I think if you full-time is great, right? You get the benefits, you get all these things. It just like with how things are right now, like we can't even predict 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Right. It's hard to remember 6 months ago. We were like just all beginning ChatGPT like research. And like I was thinking just about like my business the other day. I've been in it for like 3 years now. And in the beginning, I was like figuring it all out on my own before I had ChatGPT able to like read all my legal documents with me.
Yeah.
So like, and 6 months later, we don't know like kind of where we're at. And so we're still having like these discussions. So I just feel like, yes, I would love for everyone to have a full-time job if that's your goal. I hope it lasts a long time. I hope that you stay there and retire there. That's everyone's goal. That's right. Like my parents and their parents. But if your goal is to travel and to have flexibility and to have multiple clients and learn new things, and maybe you go into product management and sort of become this or a founder even yourself, like do that as well. But I don't know. I just think that there is no stability in the US.
Personally. I think it's easier to do a career pivot, like when you're saying like, oh, like pivot into product management. I think it's much easier to do that when you're in a company already as a full-time person.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're like a full-time person, you get laid off, or if you're freelancing and you're like, oh, I want to do this different career pivot, it's really hard for a company to hire you as that.
Totally.
Right? Like the old company or, where you're currently working, if you are currently working, you've built some social equity, right? Like, people there that can vouch for you, that maybe want to give you a chance, the business well, so you can maybe think in terms of a product manager with that specific business, take on things that might be more of like a product manager sort of role. So I think that's easier to do than just doing it cold. You can still do it. You can still do it. I think if you really want to pivot and that's your dream, like I'm not a dream
it'll happen.
Go do your thing. Like I think everybody can achieve what you need to do.
Totally.
But if you are off, out of a full-time job and you want to pivot, then it's like you really have to work your network so hard and get that social proof of people that can vouch for you.
Yeah.
So, yes, like this person actually did product managing things in their last job. How are you selling your product management skills from your old job?
Yeah.
Totally.
I think of it a little bit more as like industry stability versus job stability to an extent. The jobs can come and go. We see these layoffs, but if you are pushing yourself to be the absolute top of your game, then you will land somewhere, you will be somewhere. You have to always have your own locus of control. I think as a designer, as a recruiter, especially, I always think if I'm good at this, it doesn't matter where I am, I will find this work. And I'll always make sure that I have this work. And that's on me to be the best at my game. And whether that's for the company I work for, or if I worked for myself or whatever it might be, it's like, I got to look after me as well. And I just think designers do have that to an extent. It's a skill, it's a craft. It's obviously a profession, but you can be working on this in your own time. You can have this passion for it that's coming through in other projects that you'll do. Like, if you just stay at the front of your game, I think you'll always be hireable. I think if you always maintain great relationships with your community, you will find those opportunities as well. So if we can't rely on these companies like to keep us there, we got to rely on ourselves maybe to, look after the future self.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think leaving companies and leaving those relationships, like how did you treat those relationships when you were in that company, right? Like those are going to be the people that can help you and that you might be weaving your life with, like throughout your careers. I think it's important to like go out of your way to help people. Totally. I think people can get the blinders on and like, I got to do my work. I've got to be like the best me that I can be. But I think being the best me that they can be includes like, how are they giving back? How are they mentoring other people? How are they taking time out of their, blinder work schedule and really doing, mitzvah for other people. So
totally. I love that. Any questions that are jumping out to you guys? I think that this is an interesting one from Jeff. Curious what the market is looking for in a portfolio, given how we do design is changing rapidly. All the traditional portfolio case study advice seems outdated. Agreed. I think it is too. Real quick on that, I think there's tons that we could go into, but AI tooling has obviously changed so much of what you do. Can you show that in some of your work? Is that, evident in your portfolio? If you're not doing it in your workplace, can you show side projects or things that you've been working on where you can use these skills? I think that's changing in portfolios for sure. I do feel like I know from my side at Shopify or even other companies that I keep in touch with, that presentation round, it feels so sped up. You dive into like deep research and slide after slide after slide of sticky notes on the wall and big journey. A lot of the teams just go, let's jump to the work. Show me the work. Like, did you jump into a prototype? Where did you go from there? Like, I feel like those processes have sped up so much and condensed because of the prototyping nature. So this more traditional way of like, let me build the research and build the methodology before I show you any of the work. I feel like teams are not responding to that as positively. They're like, like, I want to see the work. Like, can we jump ahead? Can we get to that? So, I think the game has changed, and I think every company is going to be a bit different. But I think anytime you can, try to ask, like, what does a panel want to see when I present? What are they going to favor more? If you can get 20 more minutes with the hiring manager to maybe do a quick run through of like, hey, this is what I was thinking of sharing to the panel. What do you think of this? Like, they will give you like, oh yeah, this project's cool. This project's cool. Don't go into detail here. They'll want to see this. This project makes less sense for what our team's looking for. Let's focus on a couple. You've got to curate, for your audience. And I think there's a different curation going on right now.
So I completely agree with you as far as like, where's the beef? Like, get to the meat. I want to see the design quickly. And I think that's true even before AI, right? It's like, PDF and it's like all this, kind of build up to the work. I just want to see, like, at least start with a hero image and then you can work backwards from there. But I just want to see, like, what does your design aesthetic look like? Am I seeing like dashboards if I need to have somebody with dashboards for the client, right? I think where we might be kind of running into a weird place with this AI world is that I think speed is really compromising like the quality and like the impactfulness of things too. So I personally think it's still important to show research and that you're talking to users and you are still the voice of the user. I feel like I've been hearing so much in this market, so much complaining around, okay, everybody can design now, everybody can be an engineer now, but they're going off and like designing the wrong thing, like doing it quickly, but they're going off on this weird trajectory that nobody's actually going to use the end product because there's no there. Like there's no like, meat to like what they're actually like the why of what they're doing. Right. So I think speed is great. And I think AI has definitely facilitated that a lot, but it's still important, I feel, to show
I agree.
What's going in behind why are you designing what you're designing?
Yeah. And whether that is how you show that, I guess, can vary, right? But you've got to be able to at least answer it. That's where I've seen designers get caught out a little bit recently is, here's this people think, oh, great, I'm into it. The panel loves it. Why was it done that way? They start, and so whether they had the slide, the research, they just couldn't even actually answer it themselves. And that was like, that's an issue. That's not great. That's not helpful. So however you display it, but you should be able to at least answer it, right?
That's like the majority of what I hear and feedback from my clients is like they were not able to follow any of the whatever. And then when they ask those questions of like, why was this put here? Like, why is this button in the middle? Or how does this impact the business goals? Which is, again, an area that designers didn't always have to be part of. And now they really have to be, especially in a small company. So they're bombing that section.
Right.
And it's almost more about like the communication skills than even the design skills. So sometimes I'm like, geez, are they even looking at the portfolios? Because it's really just about like, can you lead, communicate, work with the founders, all of this? Can they understand you? And so I always tell people like, your case study that you're presenting is like, you should know it back and forth. Like you should know it so well that you can like recite it in the middle of the forest.
In it.
Okay. anticipate those questions. They're going to ask you like, why was this built here? And even if it was like already there, or the design system was already created and you had no other choice, or you had a shipping due date or whatever, like somehow say that, but like don't blame it on that. Just, this is where we were as a team. And, what would I have done differently, or what I wanted to have done? And then we did the research to actually like corroborate and validate, whatever. Practice it out loud. Record yourself.
Yes.
Be cringy, like listen to yourself, because they don't know the project the way you know it.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, like, explain it to us like we're 10, maybe even like 7. Okay. And like put some personality into it and say like, this was just like blowing up in our faces. Like nobody could find the button. Everyone dropped off after a second because there was no checkout button. It didn't work. Like, just tell us. Like, we don't know it as well as you. So that is probably my best advice right now.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. And I think what's tough is that I think a lot of people have traditionally gone into design because they love the designing of the thing, right? Like they were artistic, they were always creative, or they found that they loved, maybe they were in graphic design or maybe something totally different, but they just felt drawn to product design and UX design because it really spoke to them and it was so usable. But that was what they were drawn to. They weren't necessarily drawn to the storytelling aspect, which is a huge part of being a designer. Like you are the voice of the user. You're the one that's like the conjoining glue across the company. You're the one seeing how everybody else, like what are the other product lines? What are they all doing? So you really are in the best position to tell those stories, but you didn't necessarily go into design to be a storyteller, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with management. Like as you climb the ranks in design, you become a manager. I mean, now we have a strong staff and principal track as well, which has been great, but that's become more of a thing. But people didn't go into design to be in meetings all day and to have these huge teams. They might be great at it and they might love it, but that wasn't necessarily why they did it.
Not why they started. Yeah, it's amazing when you hear that feedback after a panel where they're like, oh, one of the best narratives I've seen, like just everything just strung together so well. Such a great presenter or storyteller. And it's not like, oh, how many jokes they made or how there's definitely personality in it, but there is an ability to string a story together and take your viewers on a journey and have a coherent narrative through your presentation. It really seems like it's such a muscle that you've got to develop. But if you can, interviewers love it. It's noticed, it's received well, it's points in the bag for you. These are all things that you can like flex and learn and grow in. So it really does count a lot.
I think actually, I just finished a sales training where they're telling us to like tell stories about our past successes.
Right.
He basically said, when you're in storytelling mode, the brain of the other person receiving the story gets relaxed. They're like, it's story time now.
Receiving.
Yeah, they're like really open to receiving that because I mean, I've said this time and time again, like we are all cave people in a modern world, but in our brains, like we're all cave people that like to sit around a fire and tell stories. And I think that's why, because that's how we learn. That's how we shared oral history through the years. And that hardware has not changed. And so I think just in terms of the biology of it, of somebody just like relaxing into a story and receiving it and being able to kind of latch onto it and remember it and have an impact with that person. It's all about the story.
Totally.
Yeah. It's interesting too, though, because I know people want to be ICs forever, right? Which is fine.
I
think I talk to someone every day, every week who is stepping back down because they're just like too far away from the work.
Yeah.
But it is, if you want to be an IC and not necessarily have to answer these business questions, like you're just going to get more experience. And like you said, Jared, like you have to exercise this muscle. Like it is just part of growth, and like humans need to grow. So I think anyone trying to maybe hide in the IC lane because they don't necessarily want to, or they're not great at communication, like there's at some point you have to take a class, take something very uncomfortable and upskill that. It's hard. I'm so bad at it. I mean, like now I feel better, but you guys remember our first Design Unfiltered, I was like on anxiety medication because I cannot speak. I'm not even lying here. But now I feel better. Like, you just got to keep doing it.
Yeah. Totally.
I want to call this out. I think this was cool. This was like a little chat. Zach was saying that he's been seeing some portfolios that predominantly just show Figma Make work, right? You know, just using Figma Make to generate some UI, whatever it might be. And then Kelly highlights like using that and then not reworking it. That's not design. It's another thing that I've definitely seen coming up a lot too. You know, we are all using these tools that are prompting and generating work for us. That's fine. That's no problem. That's every team is doing that. But we know the tools aren't perfect. And we also are designers for a reason. I'm not, but you are, to level it up, to take that output and make it something better. And I've definitely seen a fair few portfolios lose recently because either full of slop, right? Manager is just going, it just feels like a lot of whatever. And it's like, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe this person just generated a bunch of stuff. There's not a ton of intent or meaning behind it. Or not reworking it. And the slop is like a little bit inconsistent. There's spacing, there's padding off. I always think of it as like, you're failing because of spelling mistakes. There's a spell check. Like you could, having inconsistencies in your work, having spacing and padding off, having, you know, your titles not lining. That's low-hanging fruit. That's so in your control to clean up. And these hiring managers, some are more accepting than others, but I swear some of them get off on being able to spot a pixel that's not in alignment. I swear is like what they live for, to go, that pixel is off. They're out.
Off with their heads.
Pass. Not interested. And you're like, fuck. But you don't have to lose for that reason.
Yeah, totally.
I get it.
Like,
don't give them a reason to get excited about that shit.
When we have clients that are like really excited about the no, I feel like we always have that conversation with them where we're like, okay, let's lean in. Let's lean into candidates as opposed to
find reasons to speak to them.
Find a reason to say yes.
Right. But I'm with you. I mean, I do the same thing. If I'm looking at a portfolio and there's some pixels that are off, or it's not positioned correctly, it's like, you're the designer. That's what your job is. Like, you have to get that right.
Do you tell people, do you say like, hey, I'm not going to present you until you fix this typo or something like that? Because I do. I will give that advice.
Oh, yeah. Totally. But I might not even get the person on the phone if I see enough errors like that in their portfolio, because I'm just like, I can coach them to like change their portfolio, but when they're on the job, they don't have me on their shoulder. You know,
we can only bring them to the water. We can't make them drink.
Yeah,
it's you on display. Like you got to show up. Totally. Yeah, that's challenging. We've got 10 minutes ish left.
Can I put one up? I really want to put up a question from Leslie Hampton, because Leslie, you've been such a hardcore, diehard,
what's Leslie?
Regular person with us. So she says, I know you're all focused on recruiting for design, but in discussing with other recruiters, how do you think recruiting for other roles is going? I know it's all challenging right now, but with roles that have less of a tangible deliverable like design or engineering, I wonder if the process is easier or worse. Okay,
great question.
I'm going to chime in on this because, it is a great question. So we actually recruit for design as well as product in my company, the Joanne Weaver Group. So I will say, I have a very strong opinion about this. Design is the hardest thing to recruit for.
Hardest.
You know, not that product and engineering isn't tricky too. Like if you're looking for somebody who's like, you know, a product manager in this really niche area, that can be tough. But certainly interviewing designers usually take about 50%, if not 100% longer than product people. Product people are like, here's the facts, here's all my metrics, my ROIs, my KPIs, my like they have it all together. Designers, good designers do too. But the portfolio, to your point, Erica, it's like, is there any reworking or any sort of like see, right? Like any like low hanging fruit that's just like an easy fix. That they might not have seen, but I still trust their design instincts, you know, like enough to send them in. But the portfolio just makes it so much of a trickier, longer process.
There's still a level of intense. Go on.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I think she's also asking about just like other roles too. And I feel like I talk to a lot of like engineering recruiters and they're dealing with a lot of fake candidates.
Yeah.
I've never had a fake candidate. I don't know.
I had one, yeah.
But I think that the like AI and like the finger stuff and like trying to like see who's real on like screen, I think that's like been a little bit challenging. And then there's just like a ton of ghosting going on, which we all know, but there's like a ton of ghosting going on both sides in weird ways. Or a lot of recruiters are like hosting maybe like interview days, like they're just like back to back, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and like 3 out of 18 people show up.
Wow.
So it's weird. I haven't experienced that, but that's what I'm hearing from other recruiters.
It's a higher volume game sometimes with engineers, but I think some of it is changing. Like they definitely have hoops to jump through as well. Engineers will have to do coding tasks and coding tests. Those are both increasing in difficulty and evolving because of AI tooling and what they're assessing. Product managers, I'm hearing, are having to do like vibe coding tasks now as well, because product managers should be kind of prototyping their ideas now too. So that's usually a step where they'll have some sort of task or exercise to vibe code something, whether it's a take home or a real time kind of game, or I don't know, but there are still hoops to jump through. I know it feels like with design we jump through the most hoops, and we probably do, but the other roles there is some challenge there for sure.
Yeah,
getting a job as a recruiter, no barrier whatsoever. Anyone can. Just look at LinkedIn, and I think every designer is now a recruiter too, just about.
Yeah. So. Listen, our hoops are on fire too, so we're jumping through fire.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
How I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
Totes.
Any other questions?
What else? Let's see. James said craft matters. Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It still does more than ever.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's it, Raina.
Yeah. If the role is asking for pixel perfect work, the portfolio needs to match or exceed the I think like you meant to say expectations. Yeah. Totally. Although I think even if the job description doesn't ask for pixel perfect work, they're expecting it.
They'd probably they'd probably want
for a designer. Yeah.
It's still a thing. Still a thing for sure.
Zach says, I've had candidates pull up GPT and ask the questions I asked them, and they wait for an answer from GPT. And they completely change their words when they speak as if they were reading what the GPT says, LOL. I've definitely
I've definitely spoken to some people, and I think like I understand if English is not your first language, like just say something, say that to me, because I can tell when I'm asking someone to tell me about themselves and they're reading from something. And then I lose like the thread. I completely, because I like to hear like, tell me about yourself. Like, what are you looking for next? And I'm typing.
Yeah.
And then I get so distracted by the fact that I can tell that it's not like they're just going through it, and I lose the plot completely.
Yeah, and then we can't do our jobs.
I can't help
jobs. We don't know who you are and what you actually think and feel and have done.
But if you preface, like, again, it's always about communication. If you preface, like, hey, like I've prepared something that, because of XYZ reasons, I'd like to like just go through it. Sometimes I even open my own LinkedIn, my own page to remember what I've done, like, so I can talk through it, because I still don't remember what year I moved here. So like I can only do it by my LinkedIn page.
Go back and check.
But I think if you just preface that, you might be looking at something, then that's better. Or just send it to me.
A lot of recruiters will, I think most recruiters will try to get you off script. If I sense that someone is going on script, I'm like, okay, let's change this up. Let me ask you some other questions, like non-standard ones, or I just want to talk, and because I need a signal that you know what you're talking about. The same way with the portfolio that you talked about earlier, you got to know that case study back to front.
Yeah.
So that if I asked you something out of sequence or something about, you could answer because you just know, this content, your work, about yourself. I'm not going to go through the same series of questions. I don't have a script. And I want people to go off script because I want to know, do you know what you're talking about? If you can only answer me on script, I don't have confidence that you actually know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Right. I kind of feel like people outsource their kind of intellect and their higher reasoning, their higher thought processes to AI. And I do it too. I'm not saying that that's a terrible, awful thing. I mean, I think we're all just addicted to it in some ways, but it's good for some things and not for others, right? Like it's great for finding patterns. It's great for me to like, oh, I don't know how to say this sentence correctly. How do I make it like client friendly? Like I really want to say, rah, 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 but like make it sound really nice, you know? For that. But like if it's outsourcing, like my thinking and like how I'm like,
just conversing ability.
Yeah. Or like it just like we got a proposal from this this coach recently, and we met her, like we liked her, we thought she seemed great, but then she gave us this proposal that was all AI. We're like, we can't tell if she's competent or not. Like, did this come from her? Did the AI write this all together? Can she actually do what she's doing behind the scenes? Like it hides competence.
Yes.
It does. Yeah. I've started to see stuff on like Instagram where it's like an interesting, pulls me in, and then I'm reading it and I'm like, this is not someone writing this. This is completely like, it's not even and then I don't even finish the whole like carousel because I'm like, I'm over it. It's not real.
Right. Yeah. So it's like the bottom line from that too long didn't read is like the way that you can set yourselves apart is to be real, right?
Yeah.
You have your own opinions. If you need notes in front of you to remind you of things, I think that's completely natural and great. And if you feel like you're being a little scripty, you could say, hey, look, like to your point, like I have some notes up just to, jog my memory.
Yeah.
I think that's
even in an interview, I always say like, I have my notes in front of me. I have a couple questions I've written down. I'm going to be taking notes while we're talking, just blah, blah, blah. Like, just like, let us know, like, let it like open, I don't know. Let the wine breathe.
Let the wine breathe. I love that. I know we're pretty much at 2:00. We got a couple of minutes on the clock, but we are at 2 p.m. ET. We want to do one more, or are we going to bounce? Are we going to keep the audience waiting for the next one?
We can announce our in real life thing again for the people that maybe didn't hear.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Somebody else want to announce it?
Oh, okay. We're going live again in person, and if you are in New York, it will be on May 13th at JustWorks headquarters in Financial District, and we'll be selling tickets. I will be getting that Eventbrite situation ready soon, but we've got great panelists. Joanne will be moderating.
Yep.
And it will not be recorded. So be there or be square and hear about it from other people. And what else? Yeah, I don't know. Just be a good conversation.
More to come.
More to come.
About it. We love these in-person events. Everyone gets together, food and drinks, good snacks, a few good beverages. We're going to have nice weather, surely. Can't promise that yet, but hopefully. It's going to be a ripper. So it's always a good time.
And people always like end up going to pubs afterwards or traveling home to wherever they're from together. That's like my favorite part when everyone becomes friends.
Bringing them together.
So fun. Yeah, this was such a great Design Unfiltered today, guys. This was
everyone.
Together again. Yeah.
All the questions. I know there's a few we didn't get to, so we'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
The questions are super helpful. Yep.
Thank you all for joining.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Are we seeing everybody in 2 weeks? Yeah.
2 weeks.
I think May 6th we're doing.
Okay. Well, watch the station. Watch the Design Unfiltered. We'll be in touch.
Yeah. We had to skip a week, but
we might. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.